Hello everyone, this is K to the Kevin here, and I will be actually showing you a broadcast that I made. It's going to be a visual representation of the Punic Wars, and this, as you can see, is Rome. This is going to be Carthage. This is going to be like Spain. This is going to be Sicily, and I will tell you a bit of backstory now. Messana was fighting Syracuse because two of the leaders were in war. Hero 2 of Syracuse and Mertines of Messana actually started this conflict on Sicily. Anyway, so Messana calls out help from both Rome and Carthage, so they both say yes, that they will help him fight against Syracuse. So let's see what happens next. So these are the Carthaginian reinforcements, and these are the Roman reinforcements. So now Rome is actually wary of the Carthaginian presence. So look, they're moving out, and Carthage actually falls back, and Carthage is now pissed. So Carthage gets its own reinforcements out, and they decide to take on Rome and get Rome to retreat. Now, Rome does retreat, and because they're intimidated by the scary force. And look, now Rome is actually deploying their own units too. And this is actually turning out to be a pretty big war. And look over here; these are actually ships that will lead into the battle of that will lead into another battle. These ships have one intention to land here at Tunis and attacks this part of Africa here, and by dropping these ships down. However, the Carthaginians are smart; they've got actually ships to intercept the other ships. We will soon see what happens. And at the same time, however, these two forces are prepping over here for a war on Sicily, and this is going to be a double war. And anyway, so these ships are coming down, and they don't know, and they find these interceptors. However, the Roman ships are actually beating them. And look, this battle of Economus actually took its toll. And now this is going to be the battle of Tunis. And however, the general named Regulus, which is the Roman general, it was no match for the general named Xanthippus. At the same time, there's going to be a war here. And after that, I will tell you, the only reason why Carthage was actually holding out, because Carthage was losing in the first place of the war, but Carthage actually just turned this entire thing into a standstill because the general named Hamilcar Barca, who was a great general, just came into Sicily and commanded these Carthaginian troops. So before, you would have seen that Rome was way winning. However, now you know that this thing is a standstill. So there was only one way to win it, and it was the deployment of ships. So they were both prepping for a huge battle on the sea, because it didn't matter what happened here. The only way to win this war, they knew, was by the ships. And look at this. This is going to be the Battle of the Aegates Island, and Carthage actually severely loses this. So all of these Carthaginian troops, well, they died, but they should have retreated. But anyway, so Rome is looking very good at this point, and this is going to be the end of the First Punic War with the Romans gaining this entire island of Sicily, the Carthage losing a lot of their troops, a lot of their forces. Carthage was really weakened, and they went into negotiations after this sea battle. And after that, there was peace between these two countries for a small period of time. And then after that, a man named Hannibal showed up, and he wanted revenge against the Romans for destroying them, and also because he wanted to regain some of the Carthaginian territory. So he sends out his own units. This is going to be the Second Punic War you're witnessing now. So these are all going to be Hannibal's troops loading up on these boats. And so the first stop for them is going to be the Roman ally of Saguntum, which is here. Saguntum falls, and Rome knows what's up. And Rome also knows that they're probably going to get attacked soon. So that's what they do. Hannibal's forces go all across the Alps and actually attacks over here at the Battle of Cannae. And this is actually going to be one of the Romans' worst losses, but at the same time, Rome is also destroying the Carthaginian influence here on Spain, and Rome actually sets up their own control on Spain as well. At the same time, however, there's going to be attack on this side, on the coast of Africa here, and at the same time there's going to be another battle here. This is actually really bad for Hannibal's troops have to pull back to defend. Now this is going to be the battle of Zama, and Scipio Africanus actually defeats Hannibal in this case. Rome over here is at the clear lead. Rome is destroying all of the influence and destroying them, and finally the Romans fall back after they sign another peace treaty with the Carthaginians. So Carthage has just lost so much territory in the Second War, despite Hannibal's great commanding ship over here and their destruction over here at the Battle of Cannae. The Romans still pulled ahead in this by destroying their influence in Spain, by destroying their influence along the west, and by destroying their influence over here in their own, like in the center of their region of control, which is going to be. And then this is going to lead into the Third Punic War. And the Third Punic War actually starts. Hold on for a sec. The Third Punic War actually starts because of the raids of the Numidian people, and so basically Numidia was actually a Roman ally, and the Numidians were raiding Carthage, and this was how they would do it. They would raid this side, and then they would fall back behind the line of the treaty line. And the Carthaginians knew that if they crossed the line, it would cause another war to break out, in which Rome said, okay, if you cannot cross this line. If you cross this line, we will attack you. And so this is exactly what they did not want to do. But the raids got so severe that the Carthaginians had to make a stand. So we'll assume that this is actually a group of soldiers that just destroyed harassed Massinissa, which is the king of Numidia, and they just attacked Numidia and Massinissa, and the Romans now know, and this is what they're going to do. It's going to be an all-out attack on Carthage, and this is going to be really bad for Carthage. Carthage falls at the end over here. And this is going to be it. This is going to be the fall of the Carthaginian Empire. Rome gains all of this land over here. The fields are sprinkled with salt so nothing would grow. And this is the end of Carthage. Thank you for listening to my broadcast.